Last time on Trials and Tribulations. Greetings all. Miles Edgeworth here. In case you missed anything, allow me to fill you in on this case. Some rookie lady tried to go up against me, and she's pretty good. But unfortunately for her, I'm always 2 steps ahead. Which really isn't much considering she's defending somebody on death row. It'll be amusing to see her try to stay afloat. And you can too on today's Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Next!
The court will accept the scarf into evidence, eh?
Now, if the attorney for the defense has finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is all right with you, isn't it, Miss Fay?
Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck.
Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Fawles did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there.
Oh, that sounds quite promising. Well, I can't wait to hear all about it.
Everything is moving at his whim.
Don't forget, kitten. There's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius.
Genius, huh?
Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows her wearing the scarf, so... It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up.
It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below.
Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway?
Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party.
Oh, a potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify.
The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel her to testify.
Well, no, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Forgot I was, Canadian for a second.
So, as you can see, Terry Fawles had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge.
Oh, the truth is becoming clear to me now.
Huh?
Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty.
Not again. That's not fair. Ugh, I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean,
That's what I mean.
Hold it! Who is this eyewitness?
She's a college student.
A female college student?
That's right. Meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her.
Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her.
Objection! For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements. That is all.
What is that supposed to mean?
The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on the vague testimony of a female college student.
A female college student, eh? It means she's female and a college student, sir.
If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why.
please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question?
All right, there's got to be more decisive evidence. Hold it! The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, all right. So, about the witness who took this photo. What was this person doing all the way in the mountains?
She was taking photos of wild flowers, apparently.
There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Fay. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there.
Spirits? Well, now that you mention it, this photo, this cloudy fog light thing is that a ghost? Oh, I don't believe it.
No, Your Honor, no. I don't think it's a ghost.
Okay, more decisive evidence than the photo. Let me think. Objection! No, not that. Objection! No, not the scarf either. Better than that. Come on, think. Hold it! Drizzling, huh?
That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary, like my apartment. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. It looks like a cold front just moved in.
In any case, the point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog.
I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something.
Hold it! Is that part of the witness's testimony as well?
Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back, and she fell down right on her stomach.
I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal.
Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he said Broodle, I wonder if he's Canadian. Hockey player, maybe.
Save your nasty look for the right person.
Huh?
Take a look. Poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself.
Oh, hey! Watch where you spill your coffee! The court record, huh? In that case... I know what I can present. Let's look at this photo. Huh? Objection! Or maybe not that. Objection! Third time's a charm. Crime photo. Yes! No, the victim's note. Not that either. Come on, think. Oh, the map! Not the map. Oh, come on, get it together! The autopsy report? Oh my god, this is just killing me here. Objection! Hold it! So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh?
That's what the witness said. Well, it looked like she didn't remember about the scarf. But from what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, ma'am.
The area was wet from rain. The bridge was probably wet too. Which would explain why the scarf was all covered in mud. But there's something about the testimony that's still bothering me.
Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo.
So what do I do?
You really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean.
Of course I do.
So the little kitten believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that means that somewhere, hidden in that testimony, is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance.
Contradiction. There's gotta be something in here. What doesn't match up between this, the scarf in the photo? Think. Objection! Wait a minute. Objection! Third time's a charm. Objection! So, at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct?
Yeah, and fog, too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere.
Yeah, like the courtroom, I know. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere.
Well, this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk.
Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right.
Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. Well, what is this about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with the conditions that day?
I'm glad you asked. It's in fact right here. Take that! Naturally, the answer is right here.
As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it.
That's exactly what's strange. Remember the testimony. What were the conditions of the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky Bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud.
That's exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was my food.
Objection! I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day.
A poor beard.
However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If Your Honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, his glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet, but not muddy.
Oh, buddy. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken.
Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day?
The surface of the bridge, huh?
Ha! A real man wouldn't stand for a taunter like this.
Neither would a real woman. Of course I can.
Huh?
How can I do that? The real evidence that the surface was muddy is right here. Take that! The evidence is this scarf.
Ooh!
It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud.
No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo.
Hey, same to you, buddy. Novice bimbo.
Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me.
Objection! I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction?
Huh?
For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we?
All right. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here.
Ha! You're doing pretty good for a little kitten.
Mr. Armando.
No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence is one of those three.
What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that.
That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over here that said it.
This court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know.
Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into the courtroom. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is.
Yes. The false evidence in this case is the witness's photo. No.
Objection!
I knew that wasn't right. Okay, think. Okay, if it wasn't the witness's photo, let me think. Just, the false evidence in this case is the witness's testimony. It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen?
Yeah, that's what the witness told us.
That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all.
That's true.
It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called them in here in the first place.
Your Honor! The defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all.
You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time.
Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time.
What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth?
No. Let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes.
This is it, Mia. The battle begins here.
Witness, what is your name and occupation?
Holy horny shit.
Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Are those butterflies? How'd they get here?
When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double-double and a dozen donut holes. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite.
Hey! Not so fast, pervy judge.
As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her.
Yes, indeed. Oh, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you can learn a lot from this man.
If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me.
Sir?
Yes, my dear.
This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause.
Oh, not at all. It's no trouble at all.
Now then, may we please have your name and occupation?
My name is, Melissa Foster. I'm a college student. A freshman in the literature department.
You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct?
And you were the one who took this photo? Is that accurate?
How can you be so mean?
No, see here. What are you doing shoving that in her face like that?
What, huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous.
Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Oh God, I'd like to penalize her.
Oh, I don't like the turn this has taken. Is she staring at me?
And you would be?
Huh? I'm the defense lawyer. My name is Mia Fey.
I see. So you are.
Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best.
Sure you will.
I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police.
By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred?
I believe the map would be of help here.
First clever thing you've said all day.
I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field, surrounded by tall cliffs.
So you took the photo from that location, eh?
I brought the camera I was using at that time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to.
Oh, what a cute camera. Oh, just like its owner. Alright, Miss Fay. Time for your cross-examination, but I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel.
Alright, let's see here. Hold it! Do you have any idea what they were fighting about?
No, I have no idea. Why do you ask that?
Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said.
I would never eavesdrop. I've got more class than that.
That's right, Miss Fay. Don't drag the witness down to your level.
Okay, that didn't go over very well. Let's think about this. What sort of evidence is there that we can present? The photo? Well, it's fairly self-explanatory. Objection! Witness. When you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that?
Well,
The photo we presented was the only one there was.
But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it.
No. My apologies, young lady. But Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit.
He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he?
I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean.
You ran out of film?
This photo was the last one.
What? Are there people who still use film?
Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself, playing among the wildflowers.
The witness herself? Then who took the photos? The butterflies?
Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it.
So you took photos of yourself?
I remember taking some photos of myself once too.
Please, no details. Ugh.
It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all.
Wait, just a minute.
Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh?
Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet.
Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed.
Yes, Mr. Judge.
You call me Mr. Ooh.
Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk.
Heh. It looks like the other kitten in the room is the one getting all the attention.
Yeah, it's sickening. Here we go again. 2 people on the bridge. I know that already. Is there some kind of evidence I can present at this point? If Terry Fawles isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony.
Be careful, kitten. That girl has the judge wrapped right around her little finger. You're going to have a tough time poking holes into that testimony of hers.
You're gonna have to come up with something really good, Mia. Right. Hole in her testimony. There's been one already. Let me think a little bit. The photo. Something about this bothers me. Something about... Objection! Witness, your testimony is a joke.
What? But I just...
Miss Fee, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry.
One short testimony and 2 bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse.
You say there were 2 contradictions?
It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the 2 of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then...
She would have hit a dead end.
You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have ran even 5. Because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side.
What does all this mean?
It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie.